43 mechanics, 5 countries. One simple question. What do you drive with your own money? Here's the part that should make you nervous. Not one BMW, not one Audi, not one Mercedes, not even a, yeah, I lease it because the logo looks nice. Today, at Old Man Garage, we're revealing the cars mechanics actually trust when the warranty is gone, the screens freeze, and the repair bill starts looking like a used motorcycle. The first car on this list will make you laugh. The last one will make you rethink every car purchase you've ever made. Let's start. When I first mentioned this car, most mechanics laughed. Then they stopped laughing. Then they said, yeah, I own one. The Suzuki Swift, specifically the 1.2-liter dual jet, naturally aspirated. No turbo, no drama, no personality disorders hidden under the hood. This is the automotive equivalent of that friend who never causes problems, never borrows money, and somehow still shows up on time every single day. Starting price in Europe sits around 18,500 euros, which already makes premium brands nervous. But what really hurts is what happens after you buy it. A workshop owner in Hamburg showed me his records. 3 years of ownership. Outside oil changes, filters, brakes, 0 repairs, 0. His exact quote was, "My customers spend more money fixing one Golf than I spend keeping my Swift alive for 3 years." And no, that wasn't sarcasm. That was math. The engine is old school in the best way possible. Naturally aspirated, port injection. No carbon buildup slowly choking your intake valves like a cholesterol problem. Timing chain designed to last the life of the engine, not just the warranty period plus one bad weekend. In German TÜV inspection data, the Swift keeps showing up where broken cars don't. Low defect rates, clean reports. The most common failure, worn brake pads, 80 euros. That's not a repair bill, that's dinner for 2 in a medium-sized city. A clutch replacement? Around 400 to 500 euros. On a comparable Volkswagen Polo, 800 to 1,000 depending on how much the shop owner likes you. One mechanic in Poland drives a 2017 Swift with over 340,000 kilometers. Original engine, original transmission. His summary was perfect. Oil, filters, brakes, that's it. 8 years, nothing else. The interior? Hard plastic everywhere. No soft-touch luxury, no fake aluminum trim pretending to be something it's not. But here's the thing, it still looks exactly the same after 200,000 kilometers. No peeling, no cracking. No piano black scratches that appear if you look at them wrong. Fuel consumption sits around 4.8 liters per 100 kilometers. Insurance is cheap. Parts are everywhere. Suzuki shares components globally, which means replacing something doesn't require a second mortgage. The Swift is not exciting. It will not impress your neighbors. No one has ever said, "Wow, nice Swift, bro." But that's exactly why mechanics buy it. Because when you fix cars all week, the last thing you want is to fix your own on the weekend. And if this one already surprised you, wait until you see what's coming next. This is the car journalists call boring. Mechanics call it freedom. The Toyota Corolla hybrid sedan, not the sporty trim, not the fancy wheels, not the one pretending to be exciting. The basic one. The one your neighbor ignores. The one that quietly outlives everything else on the street. A mechanic in Berlin with over 30 years in the business told me something that stuck. "I've worked on every brand. Nothing survives abuse like a Toyota hybrid. Everyone else is still experimenting. Toyota finished the experiment 27 years ago." And that's the secret right there. This hybrid system isn't new. It's ancient by modern standards, which is exactly why it works. Let's talk about what isn't in this car, because that's why mechanics love it. No turbocharger waiting to explode at 80,000 kilometers. No direct injection carbon buildup choking the engine slowly. No dual clutch transmission learning bad habits. No diesel particulate filter begging for a highway drive at the worst possible time. No starter motor wearing itself out because stop-start thinks it's funny. Instead, you get a port-injected engine, an eCVT with no clutches to burn, and electric motors that are brushless, meaning they basically don't wear. A taxi driver in Hamburg showed me his maintenance log. 2019 Corolla Hybrid, 380,000 kilometers. Repairs, oil changes, tires, brake pads. That's it. His words, "This car is disrespectful. It refuses to brake." Fuel consumption in the real world sits around 3.9 liters per 100 kilometers. Not brochure numbers, real numbers. The kind mechanics actually see. That means annual fuel costs under 1,200 euros for average driving. And the hybrid battery, the thing everyone on Facebook is scared of, is covered by Toyota through extended health checks in many markets, sometimes up to 15 years. Even outside warranty, replacement sits around 1,800 euros. That's less than one DSG transmission service on a Volkswagen. Let that sink in. Purchase price starts around 31,500 euros, which makes people hesitate. Mechanics don't. They calculate 10-year ownership, fuel, repairs, depreciation. One mechanic from Lyon put it perfectly. The Corolla costs less over 10 years than cars that are half the price. I've done the math. I don't argue with math. Is it exciting? No. Does it sound good? Also no. Will it quietly start every morning, run forever, and make you forget your dealer's phone number? Absolutely. And if you think this is peak reliability, the next one adds driving fun without adding repair bills, which honestly feels illegal. This is the car mechanics buy when they want something modern, but not too modern. The Mazda CX-30, specifically the 2.0-liter naturally aspirated gasoline engine. Not the turbo, not the diesel, not the one the salesman pushes while smiling a little too hard. The one everyone online calls underpowered. Funny thing is, mechanics hear underpowered and translate it as, "This engine will still be alive when I retire." A Mazda specialist in Munich, 8 years working on these engines, summed it up perfectly. This is the closest thing we have today to 1990s Toyota reliability. I've never replaced one. I've never even seen serious internal wear. And that's not opinion. That's experience. Mazda did something almost offensive in modern car design. They avoided complexity on purpose. No turbocharger cooking itself under heat. No direct injection carbon buildup turning your intake into a science experiment. No cylinder deactivation doing weird things to oil consumption. Just a simple high-compression port-injected engine that does exactly what it says it will do. Every day. For years. Reliability indexes back this up. In multiple European datasets, naturally aspirated Mazda gasoline models sit nearly 50% below the segment average for major drivetrain failures. That's not slightly better. And that's a completely different ownership universe. One workshop owner in Bristol told me why he bought one. "I work on BMWs, Audis, Mercedes all day. Chains, turbos, gearboxes, electronics. The Mazdas that come in, oil changes, tires, that's it. I wanted my own car to disappear from my life." The interior design deserves credit too. Physical climate controls, real buttons, a rotary knob that works even with gloves on. You don't have to take your eyes off the road to turn the temperature down, which apparently is now a revolutionary feature. Fuel consumption sits around 6.2 liters per 100 kilometers. Not class-leading, but honest. The number you see on the screen is the number you actually get, which is rare enough to mention. Starting price hovers around 28,900 euros. Not cheap, but maintenance averages around 580 euros per year, and resale values stay strong, roughly 68% after 3 years, which quietly destroys some German competitors in the same segment. Mechanics don't buy this car because it excites them. They buy it because nothing ever happens to it. And if this one feels like common sense on wheels, the next car proves you can still enjoy driving without your wallet filing a restraining order. This is the car mechanics buy when they still like driving, but hate suffering. The Honda Civic with the 1.5-liter turbo engine and a manual transmission. And yes, the manual part matters. A lot. A workshop owner in Rotterdam explained it in the most mechanic way possible. Honda CVT is reliable, but if it ever goes wrong, it's 3,200 euros. A clutch for the manual, 340. That's not a debate, that's math. And mechanics love math, especially when it saves them money. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Early versions of this engine had fuel dilution issues in cold climates. Honda messed up, it happens. But here's the part buyers forget. Honda actually fixed it. From model year 2020 onward, hardware updates and software revisions solved the problem. Post-2020 Civics show almost zero serious issues in inspection data. Mechanics noticed immediately. The turbo setup is refreshingly normal. Single scroll, traditional wastegate. No exotic nonsense trying to impress engineers on LinkedIn. Just a sensible setup that works and doesn't eat itself alive. What really wins mechanics over, though, is how human the car feels. Real knobs for climate control, actual buttons for audio, An infotainment system that doesn't freeze because someone updated an app in the background. One mechanic in Frankfurt told me, "I bought it because I can change the temperature without looking at the screen." That's it. That's my requirement. Somehow, most brands fail this. Space is another quiet flex. Rear seats fit real adults. The trunk sits at around 478 liters, which is more than enough for tools, groceries, or your friend's broken ego after you tell him what his car repair cost. Build quality is classic Honda. Panel gaps stay where they're supposed to. Interior plastics are hard, yes, but they don't crack, peel, or melt into shiny sadness after 5 summers. Fuel consumption averages around 6.5 liters per 100 kilometers if you drive like a normal person. If you drive like you're auditioning for a Fast and Furious reboot, results may vary. Starting price comes in around 32,500 euros. Not cheap, but ADAC breakdown data consistently puts Honda in the top tier for reliability. Mechanics aren't buying this Civic because it's trendy. They're buying it because it still feels like it was designed by engineers, not accountants. And now things are about to get controversial, because the next car is European, but only under very specific conditions. Yes, a European car made the list. No, Volkswagen fans, calm down, sit, breathe. The Skoda Octavia with the 1.5 TSI engine and a manual transmission, but only the pre-2024 facelift models. This detail is not optional. This is not negotiable. This is where the story gets spicy. A mechanic in Prague who's worked on Octavias for over 15 years gave me the most precise advice I've ever heard. Buy the 2020 to 2023. After that, don't. That's it. That's the rule. This specific setup avoids almost every classic Volkswagen Group disaster. No DSG transmission with commitment issues. No old 1.2 TSI timing chains self-destructing. No 2.0 direct injection carbon buildup demanding €800 cleanings every 30,000 kilometers. The 1.5 TSI manual is the balanced child. Enough power, simple enough, predictable, boring in exactly the right ways. But here's where it gets interesting. Same platform as the Golf, same engines, same parts bin. Yet mechanics see fewer problems. Why? Quality control. Skoda's production facilities, especially the Mlada Boleslav plant, still rely more on human inspection and less on full automation chaos. Fewer surprises leave the factory. Mechanics see it in the workshops. Same DNA, different discipline. The pre-facelift Octavia also has something modern cars seem allergic to. Physical buttons. Climate control you can operate without poking a glass slab like a confused pigeon. After the facelift, touchscreen everything. Diagnostics locked behind proprietary software. Independent workshops cried. Accountants celebrated. The practicality is ridiculous. The sedan already offers massive rear legroom. The estate version pushes trunk space to around 640 liters. That's SUV-level cargo without SUV-level regret. One mechanic in Munich told me something borderline unhinged. I bought 2 pre-facelift Octavias, one to drive, one for parts. When these are gone, nothing replaces them. Fuel consumption sits around 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Service costs average roughly €520 per year. Depreciation stays reasonable because everyone wants the last good one. Starting prices float around €28,000 if you can still find unsold stock. And yes, people are hoarding them. For once, the internet is correct. If this feels like a rare moment of European redemption, wait until you see what's coming next. Because the next car is a sports car. And somehow, it's still more reliable than most family hatchbacks. Yes, a 2-seat sports car just walked into a reliability list. Somewhere, a BMW Z4 owner just felt a disturbance in the force. The Mazda MX-5 with the 2.0-liter naturally aspirated engine and a manual transmission is the car mechanics buy when they want fun, without emotional damage. A performance shop owner in Stuttgart explained it best. I work on Porsches, BMWs, Audis every day. Incredible cars, constant problems. The MX-5 guys come in for oil changes, maybe brake pads, that's it. That sentence alone should terrify half the sports car market. The secret is simple. Mazda didn't try to win a horsepower war. The 2.0 engine makes around 184 horsepower in a car that weighs roughly 1,600 kilograms. The engine isn't stressed. It's not fighting physics. It's just chilling. No turbocharger trying to survive under constant heat. No complicated hybrid assist pretending to be innovative. No overboost button that shortens engine life for bragging rights. The manual gearbox is legendary. Short throws, mechanical feel, near indestructible. Clutch replacement, around €380. Compare that to a BMW Z4 clutch at around 1,800 and try not to cry. The soft top on base models is manual. 5 seconds. One hand. No motors, no sensors, no roof module that costs more than your first car. It works today. It will work in 20 years. Owner communities regularly report MX-5s hitting 300,000 kilometers with nothing beyond routine maintenance. Previous generations from the mid-2000s still dominate reliability charts today. That's not nostalgia, that's engineering restraint. Fuel consumption averages around 6.8 liters per 100 kilometers if you drive like a normal human. Insurance is reasonable because MX-5 owners tend to respect physics. Resale values are absurdly strong for a sports car under $50,000. Starting price sits around €35,900. Not cheap, but in sports car terms, it's practically a financial advisor. One mechanic from Edinburgh called it the last honest sports car. And honestly, he's right. Now take a breath. Because if you think this is the smartest car mechanics buy, the number one choice is about to ruin a lot of dealership conversations. And here it is. The car mechanics buy more than any other. No, it's not exciting. No, it's not fast. No, it will not make your neighbors jealous. But it will outlive their cars. The Toyota Yaris Cross Hybrid is, according to multiple workshops across Europe, the most common personal vehicle owned by mechanics today. Not because they love it, but because they understand it. When I asked why the Yaris Cross instead of the regular Yaris or even the Corolla, the answer was always the same. Real-world survival. Higher ride height, fewer scraped oil pans, less suspension damage from potholes, speed bumps, winter roads, curbs, and parking lots designed by people who hate cars. This thing avoids damage simply by existing a little higher off the ground. The drivetrain is Toyota's 1.5-liter three-cylinder hybrid system. And before you panic about three-cylinder engines, relax. This system has been running taxis past 500,000 kilometers for years. No turbocharger, no diesel headaches, no dual-clutch gearbox drama, no AdBlue, no particulate filter. Just a naturally aspirated engine running an Atkinson cycle, electric motors that barely wear, and an eCVT that refuses to die. Across reliability datasets, Toyota's mainstream hybrids don't just perform well, they avoid catastrophic failures entirely. The kind of failures that turn cars into financial mistakes. Interior design is refreshingly sane. Physical buttons where they matter. A touchscreen that doesn't control your entire existence. No subscriptions. No features expiring. No updates that break things that were working yesterday. You buy the car once, you own it. Revolutionary concept in modern automotive design. Fuel consumption sits around 3.8 liters per 100 kilometers in real-world driving. That means serious savings year after year. Hybrid battery coverage can be extended in many markets through annual health checks, sometimes up to 15 years. And even outside warranty, replacement costs hover around €1,800. That's less than one premium brand service visit where they offer you free coffee while emptying your wallet. Starting price lands around €30,800. Expensive for a small crossover? Sure. But mechanics don't look at purchase price. They look at 10-year ownership, fuel savings, minimal repairs, strong resale, often only around 28% depreciation after 3 years. A workshop owner in Copenhagen summed it up perfectly. This car won't impress anyone, but it will work perfectly every single day for the next 20 years. That's priceless. And that's the list. 7 cars. Out of hundreds sold today. No BMW, no Mercedes, no Audi. Not because they're bad cars, but because complexity always sends the bill later. Every car on this list shares the same DNA. Simple engines, proven hybrids, manual gearboxes or bulletproof automatics, physical controls, engineering focused on longevity, not showroom applause. The industry wants you to believe complexity equals progress. Mechanics know complexity equals job security. For them, not for you. If this video made you uncomfortable, good. That means it worked. This is Old Man Garage, where we care more about cars that last than badges that shine. Send this video to the friend who's about to finance a problem. Like it so more people see the truth. Subscribe if you want fewer regrets and more miles.